Pokemon Temporal Forces is just around the corner, due to release at the end of this month, but I actually haven't had a look at this set yet, and there's been a lot of hype around some of the cards in this set. Some people calling it potentially the next Evolving Skies. I mean, that's absolutely crazy, but we're going to take a look today. Right guys, Temporal Forces, it is the 5th main set in the Scarlet and Violet era. We're going through these really quick. Now, Paradox Rift, I thought was a pretty decent set. Highly printed though. Single card prices went through the floor, but we're returning with another set that's featuring the ancient Pokemon and the Paradox Pokemon. And to be fair, from what I've seen in little snippets, there are some good fan favorites, and especially for myself, in this set. So today we'll be taking a look at the entire set list, or mainly the big hits that we can find, and also talking through the sealed products, because this set is going to be printed less than previous Scarlet and Violet era sets. So we'll be going through all of that today. Let's get into it. Okay, right, let's take a look at Temporal Forces. So the set consists of 218 cards. That's actually a decent amount of cards, with 56 secret rares. So that's pretty hefty amount right there. This set is due to release, I believe, on the 22nd of March. So literally in a matter of like less than 3 weeks away, which I'm kind of excited. I haven't really seen much about this set. Heard a lot about it. I've seen lots of comments about people going, Jace, this set's going to be incredible. Looking forward to it. Now we have opened up the 2 Japanese sets, which was Wild Forces and Cyber Judge. So far, from what we've pulled anyway, we didn't pull any big cards. What we pulled, very nice artwork. So we'll be taking a look at the main one here. Apparently this makes it the smallest regular set of the Scarlet and Violet era, and the smallest regular set since 2021's Battle Styles. This is kind of coming out at the same time of the life cycle as Battle Styles did in the Sword and Shield era. I kind of like to compare the sets to their, I would say predecessors, but the past generation, right? So it's like base set to base set, Rebel Clash to how they're evolved, Obsidian Flames to Dance Ablaze, and things like that, and just go through each way. Paradox Rift to Vivid Voyage. Now we're looking at Battle Styles and Temporal Forces. Battle Styles didn't really do very well, had very tough pull rates, and there was a huge amount of cards everybody wanted. Let's see how well this set does. So in Temporal Forces, we have the reintroduction of the Ace Spec cards. We actually pulled some of these in the Japanese versions, and they're pretty cool. You know, I do like the look of them. Of course, they're very good for the game, which is awesome. As a collectible standpoint, I kind of feel like these would be the same as like the Radiants were in the Trainer Gallery sets. Not really worth a huge amount of money. You're probably going to find quite a lot of them, and there isn't a huge amount of them either. So to collect them all won't be that difficult, which is fine. So you are going to get a variety of different products with this being released. Obviously, you get your booster boxes, you get your single pack blisters, your triple pack blisters, your ETBs, 2 different types of ETBs. Pokemon Zen ETBs, there's 2 different types of those. I'm not a huge fan of the 2 different types of ETBs. I like it just to be 1, but there we are. And then, of course, you also have the booster bundles as well, which I think is a great way to just crack some packs if you don't want to spend as much compared to a booster box. And as you can see from some of the pack art, looks pretty cool. You know, I have to admit, I do like the look of these. We're going to get like the ancient versions of the legendary beasts, so Raikou, Entei, Suicune. Super excited. And then you're going to get the Paradox futuristic version of the other legendary beasts. I can't remember all of them, but the other legendary beasts. So this is cool. I quite like that. I like the ancient and the Paradox style. I'm all here for it. Okay, so we got the English set list. We're going to just scroll through these. We're only going to really pick out like the hits essentially, but we can have a look at just the regular commons and comments as I'm scrolling through this anyway. Now this set, like I said, it's going to be a small set, which is going to be quite interesting. I'm looking for kind of my favorite Pokemon in this set. Now I do know Entei, well, it's called a different name, different version of Entei, but Entei is one of my favorites and it is going to feature in this set. So I'm kind of here for it, you know. I have seen some snippets of the illustration rares in the set, which I do like. Regular EXs like the Torterra, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh wow, look at the EXs. We're just going to graze over them. It's not really that exciting, in my opinion. I mean, EXs are okay, but they're not, you know, you could be seeing them quite frequently, let's be fair. But illustration rares, to me, is where it's at. However, I do like the futuristic and the ancient versions, the color blending and bleeding of the colors. Super cool. Now, I did like that when we got that in Paradox Rift as well. It'd be interesting to see what's going to be the biggest cards in this set, because there are, I think, quite a wide variety of just good solid cards. Now from the Japanese set, Incineroar, cool one. Now from the Japanese set, there's no like big female trainer cards, so that'd be quite nice to actually have, kind of like we had in Paradox Rift, where we actually just get Pokemon again, and I'm all here for it. Gouge and Fire, there's my boy Entei, so obviously normally EX. There is a special illustration rare version of him. That's the one I'm looking for. See, look, they've introduced like Turtle, Crocodile for Alligator. I want to see more of the Gen 2 stars. You know what I mean? I would like to see more of just stars other than Gen 1 all the time. It'd be really cool if they did, you know, other ones as well. Walking Wakes, that's the Suicune version. I do like, see, yeah, these EXs are nice. They really are. They're not usually worth a ton of money. I mean, they might be good, strong, playable cards. I'm all here for it. We've got the old Sus Trio, Wug Trio, Sausage Party coming in. I don't know why they keep printing that card. I mean, I don't know why they keep printing this card. Mr. Mime, of course he's in the set. They don't ever give up on him, do they? They don't give up on the mimes, on the memes, on the mimes all the time. So this set, I mean, like I say, it's going to be a relatively small set. Pre-order prices for the booster boxes are going for anywhere between 110 to 115. Not too bad. We saw that quite often with a lot of the other Scarlet and Violet era sets. I do expect it to drop in value upon release, but there is going to be less of this than previous sets. That may have an impact on the overall value, shall I say, of the single cards and the sealed products. So that's something we've got to keep an eye on in the future. Pull rates, of course, will play a massive part. If this is similar to Battle Styles, with Battle Styles pull rates, cards are going to hold their value. They will hold their value. I mean, Paradox Rift had pretty good pull rates. Paraday Evolved was super tough. You know, Paraday Evolved was pretty brutal, and a lot of the cards held their value, like the Iono and the Magikarp. Whereas if you look at the Roaring Moon, Iron Valiant, it didn't do very well at all. And these EXs do look pretty cool. I don't know how many fan favorite cards are going to be. I think the illustration rares for me is what's going to carry this set. We do have a really cool looking Gengar EX there. Yeah, I think the illustration rares from the small little sneak peeks I've seen, I think it will hold, and I think it will go definitely well in the future. Alright, we're going to move on to these secret rares, because that's kind of like what we're here for. So we've got Shriftree coming in. I mean, he's looking pretty mean. Let's go through these one at a time. I'm going to try and guess them, but some of them I might not know from just the artwork. Again, really like multiple Pokemon artwork. I think illustration rares in the Scarlet and Violet era is probably one of the best things they've done, to be fair, out of this era, because they are just fantastic. And I love ones that kind of, you know, tell a story like these. I just look at the artwork. Look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. Put them side by side. You look at it, just absolutely amazing. I don't really know what the chase card, well, apart from the Gouging Fire Entei, but I'm trying to think of wild ones. I really like this Snom. I did see this a while back, and I saw the Snom, and I was like, I love Ice type Pokemon. This one looks really nice. He's not sitting on a bench this time. It's quite interesting. But yeah, there's some beautiful artwork. There are some which I'm not a huge fan of, but there are others in the illustration rares which I think look absolutely beautiful. This was another one as well. I really like this artwork. Kind of this is photorealistic, which I'm all here for. I kind of like it. And yeah, like I said, there's loads. I do know, I did see there was a Gengar one or a Ghastly one that everybody's going on about. But there are some beautiful Stellar illustration rares, and a lot of them hold value. Here it is. There's the one I was talking about. This is Ghastly rather than Gengar, but of course it features all three of them. Like a lot of people have said, you know, illustration rares are holding value, and they are. You know, you look at the Magikarp doing really well, Tyranitar doing really well, Groudon doing really well. You know, and they're necessarily not that easy to pull. You get maybe 2 to 3 a box. That's not a huge amount, so they do hold really good value. I just realised there's a Metagross, and I'm actually a huge fan of Metagross. I do like Metagross. One of the few Steel type Pokemon I actually do like. But yeah, beautiful illustration rares. It'd be interesting to see which ones will hold their value moving forward. But we don't really know until the set's out. So we're going into the full arts now. Again, super cool. I like the fact that we're getting some of the final evolutions of the starter Pokemon, as well as obviously these ancient and paradox versions of them all. Incineroar, that is a beautiful stunning Incineroar. I do like that. There's my boy Entei, Gouging Fire. I actually like it. Some people don't like these ancient type, but I actually rate them. I do. There's old Sus Trio coming in. I'm not a huge fan of that. Just, you know we're going to pull this all the time. Literally all the time. And then we've got another one of the futuristic ones coming in there. Full art Gengar. That is pretty sweet. Interesting that Gengar, as far as I know, Gengar doesn't have a special illustration rare. He might do, but I'm not too sure. We've got a few other full arts in this set. Big long neck Raikou coming in. Kind of a weird one. Right, so full art trainers. Again, there isn't any big full art trainers coming in from the Japanese versions, which is fine. We don't need them, right? Okay, we want to see top-end Pokemon. That's what we're here for. So I don't expect any of these trainer cards to be right up there, you know, worth a ton of money. And again, I haven't played the game, so I don't really know all the characters that well. Right, we'll get into the special illustrations. This is beautiful. I love the colors. The colors of this set is incredible. It's really bright and vibrant, and I really like it. This is my chase card of the set. I do like this one as well, of Suicune. And I do like this one. This is probably my second favorite card in the set. I just love the colors. I think it's absolutely stunning. I think this set's going to do really well from what I can see. These illustration rares these special illustration rares are pretty good, to be fair. I mean, this one might be expensive. I don't really know. I have to wait and see. I think this was one of the more expensive cards in the Japanese set. And then we got Boy Gengar. Look at him chilling, loving life. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these do, obviously with the gold as well. Gold tend to be hard to find. I've noticed in the Scarlet and Violet era sets, the pull rate seems to be a lot tougher to find gold cards, which is quite interesting. Then we've got the ETB promos. So we've got the Flutter Mane, which is going to be in one of them. And then we have my boy T-Tar coming in as another. So I will be picking up the ETBs and I will be opening them. It'll be interesting to see and have these in my collection. You know me, guys. I love Tyranitar. Alright, so we've got the products. Of course, we've got all the different booster packs we've seen, the different ETBs. Of course, with ETBs, they come with 9 packs now, and they do come with the promo still, which is obviously fantastic. Pokemon Center versions, you just want to keep them sealed. To be honest, I wouldn't even bother opening them. It's not really worth it. Alright, stamp promo would be worth a little bit more, but still, probably wouldn't. Having 2 of each does kind of suck, because it kind of gets you to buy more, but they do look cool. They do look really cool. And of course, you get all the single pack blisters, which aren't really the best to buy. You'll be getting a building battle kit, you'll be getting different folders. You got pre-release promos as well. We've got Feraligatr, Metang, you got Koraidon and Miraidon, both looking pretty sweet indeed. As we can see from the pre-order prices of Temporal Forces booster box, $110 on TCG Player. Like I say, I expect it to go down after release. I mean, look at the other Scarlet and Violet era sets, right? We're looking at $90. Yeah, for most of them. Some of them even less. So now I think we can expect that a lot of these Scarlet and Violet era sets are going to come out anywhere between that 100 to 110 and then potentially drop below 100. Obsidian Flame's actually been doing okay. Out of all of them, it's kind of been holding the highest price point, which is kind of interesting because I feel like it's probably one of the weakest out of all of them. But then again, Temporal Forces is getting printed less. I wouldn't say it's short printed. I'm just going to say there's going to be less of it around. So that's fine. We've had way, I would say probably the supply has been more than the demand for the Scarlet and Violet era sets, which is fine, but it has had a massive impact on, you know, product being sold, single card prices and the like, and I think they're kind of reining in a little bit with Temporal Forces. So yeah, at the moment, I expect it to probably be around $100 to $110 moving forwards. Over here in the UK, I've seen pre-order prices at around about 110, 105, 110. So that's pretty good. Me personally, I think 100 would be pretty reasonable. Anything more than that, probably not. We'll have to wait and see though. Of course, it might start going up higher than the rest if there is going to be less of this being opened, which is a massive possibility. It means it's less of it around. Overall, I'm pretty excited for Temporal Forces. There's some really nice artwork in this set. You know, fantastic looking cards. I mean, I really want the Gouging Fire. I think the future and the ancient style Pokemon are incredible, to be honest. I love them from Paradox Rift. I really like a lot of the cards from Paradox Rift. I feel like this set, though, means it is smaller. It is going to be similar to Battle Styles. All comes down to the pull rates, and I'll say that pretty much of every set, but for a set to be small and to be printed less, it's showing signs that it could be a strong performer in the long run. This isn't the next Evolving Skies. I think everybody wants the next set to be Evolving Skies. To be honest, I think this is going to be a good one. There isn't that many fan favourite Pokemon. Of course, you've got good ones in there like the Gengar. And of course, that ghastly illustration rare, which will probably go for a pretty penny. But apart from that, I think this is going to be a pretty solid set. It'll be interesting to see how the set performs about a month or so after it gets released. Like I say, it's out in literally a couple of weeks' time. I'm looking forward to it. We are going to be opening them live on the stream for you guys in box break. And I'm going to be opening up some myself and giving my honest review of how I feel the set is to open. If you made this far into the video, guys, and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon content. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments on Temporal Forces. Are you looking forward to this set? Do you think this is better than some of the previous Scarlet and Violet era sets we've had? I do. I still think Paldea Evolved is probably the best one, but we have to wait and see how well this will do. Cards looking very, very sweet in this one though, which does help quite a bit. But if you want to know what to pick up this month in March, then make sure to click on the video on the screen right now. And if you watch more Pokemon content, guys, you know what to do. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, that's it from me in this video. As always, you guys are legends. I'll see you in the next one.